certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Rankin. This is going to be a fun one today. We're going to be talking about top 12 horror movies of the 2020s to now. And I've got a great bunch of people here. Over here, I've got Kyle Curtis Fleck. Kyle, how's it going?
Doing good, man. Looking forward to this. I appreciate the invites. There's going to be a blast discussing, top 12 horror films of the 2020s with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We've also got Brett Man here. Brett, how's it going?
I'm sorry?
I was just introducing you, Brett. How's it going, Brett?
If you introduce Richie or me, I'm sorry, I had a little bit hard time hearing you.
I was introducing you, Brett.
Okay, great. I'm doing good, thank you. It's just I'm a little sad today because I got unfortunate news that one of my good friends in the YouTube horror community, Jamie Hart, unfortunately had a stroke yesterday.
What?
And so it's just my mind's kind of there right now. So I'm sorry if I'm not what we call like attentive. I'll do the best I can. It's just she's a really good friend of ours, and she had a stroke last night, but she's doing okay today. It's just send thoughts and prayers her way. That would be greatly appreciated.
And yeah, sorry to hear about that. But
Yeah.
last but not least, we've got Richie here. Richie, how's it going?
Yeah, no, going good. Look, I'm happy to be here. Talking about 2020's horror. I'm curious to see what you'll bring up.
How Rankin works is which go around in a panel. One person will nominate a movie, the rest of the people will say yes or no to if it belongs on a top 12 list. And so I'm going to go to Kyle first. Kyle, what is the first movie you're going to bring up?
The first thing I'm going to bring up at number 12 is the whole Fear Street trilogy from 2021. I really enjoyed that trilogy. I thought it was awesome. It paid a homage to the books. My favorite was the camp one. That was blast. But the 1994 one had amazing performances. I liked the style with the wardrobe. They had an awesome meat grinder kill. That was just brutal. Then I loved the third story after the 1800s when it went back to 94, when it brought all the stories together, and Christopher Nelson did a phenomenal effects on it. I just thought the Fear Street trilogy I really enjoyed. It was a fun time watching that trilogy back in 2021, and I'm looking forward to what the next Fear Street movie is going to be like. So that's my number 12.
So I hate to be that guy. Do you have a specific one you're going to pick to be the official nomination for this?
You gotta be like, it can't be like the whole trilogy. It gotta be like one.
Sorry about that.
It's
right.
all good.
Oh, okay.
David, which specific one do you want to be the official nomination?
The camp one, the 70, was it the 78 one?
78 one.
Yeah, that was a really good one for sure.
Brett, what do you say about Fear Street 1978?
For 1978 for Fear Streak, yes, it was really good. I really enjoyed the Fear Streak trilogy. It's just over the years, it's gone down a little bit. Like the hype's gone down. But maybe with the new Fear Streak that's coming out this summer, it's gonna just raise it up again. But I remember having a great time with the whole trilogy, especially with 78. That was easily the best one.
Definitely.
And Richie, what do you say about Fear Street 1978?
Yeah, I like it. I guess if we do the ranking, that's one of those other things. Carl, it's not necessarily going to be number 12. It's just when you rank these, then all decide. But when you rank these, it might be lower on my list personally, but I could see it like sneaking in there. So I will say yes.
Yeah. 1978. It's not my favorite favorite one of the Fear Street trilogy, but I do still like it, and I will still say yes to it. So, Fear Street 1978 is going to make the official list. Brett, we go to you next. What is the first movie you're going to bring up?
All right. For a ranking top 12, see here. My number 12 is going to be Terrifier 2. Art the Clown coming back with a vengeance in this one, where this is part of the Terrifier trilogy. We finally get a story this time around. We finally have like a meaning of where this story is going to go. Art the Clown was fantastic with all of his killing and just very disturbed killing, as I would like to call it. And then Sienna Shaw, she was a great introduction to a final girl, probably the best final girl of the 2020s so far with Lauren Lavera. And yeah, I really have a good time with this movie. Definitely, it's like a blueprint of what a horror sequel is supposed to do. So my number 12 is Terrifier 2.
Richie, what do you say about Terrifier 2?
Yeah, I am yet to get watch all the Terrifiers. I've so much the first one. I own it though, so I got upstairs.
Yeah, I actually watched the Terrifier movie, or at least the first couple of Terrifier movies. 3's not available on Amazon Prime yet, so but Terrifier 2, I thought was a pretty good movie, and yeah, I did really like it. So I'm gonna say yes to Terrifier 2. Kyle, what do you say about Terrifier 2?
Oh, I love Terrifier 2. I thought it was definitely a huge step up with the first one. I love Sleana. I thought her and Jonathan was awesome characters. Joined the series, and Terrifier 13 took Art to come even more further with it. There was a lot of amazing stuff. Awesome kills. I know one kill does go a little longer, but what she goes through, the actress herself did a phenomenal performance through that. And I always thought the scene was pretty funny when he puts on the glasses and tries to taunt her. It was one of the funniest moments in that store. And then the way the ending was just the way the ending really set that the third film very well. Yeah, I really enjoyed Terrifier 2 for sure.
But if that Terrifier 2 is going to make the list, looks like Richie may have stepped away for briefly. So I will go.
Hey, I'm coming. I mean,
what is your next movie going to bring up?
first nomination. I'm I'm gonna go Smile. I think yeah, the first Smile is really really good. I mean, yeah, I could bring up Smile 2, but that's maybe I'll bring it up later. But I feel like you can have Smile 2 with that Smile 1, which also came out within the decade here. So yeah, it's just a really unique concept. Carl Gorn has sort of become like a horror sort of king, really. I just started putting in a Strange Darling, which is also a bit more thrillerish. I don't know if I'll bring it up, but so yeah, but and Kim Bacon's daughter, I can't remember her name, but she's really good. And yeah, it's just a really crazy, terrifying concept, and the marketing for this movie is amazing as well. So yeah, I really dig it. So yeah, I'll go Smile.
Yeah, I really love the first Smile movie. I think it's great, and it's one of those movies that, like, I had no idea what to expect from the marketing, and that is just one of those ones that just sort of came out of nowhere, and yeah, so I'm gonna say yes to Smile. Kyle, what do you say about Smile?
Oh, I enjoyed the first Smile, and I thought the performances were great, and I think the marketing behind this film was genius, perfectly. I'm giving the audience is doing that, creepy Smile stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed the very first Smile film for sure, and how it ended. Definitely.
Yeah, and yeah, unfortunately, Brett had to leave us. I hope everything's okay for him, and But yeah, so with that, Smile is going to make the list. And Kyle, we go back to you for your next nomination.
Number
no, Ray,
is it
me.
you? Is it
It's
you?
you.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
you.
Yourself.
So I saw three options and it was like, oh yeah, I must have gone. Funny enough, I was actually going to bring up Smile. I'm gonna try for this one, see how we go. Sometimes these movies with great concepts come out of nowhere that you don't expect, and then they just blow you away. I'm bringing up The Substance. Speaking of movies which sort of have an interesting concept in it, and yeah, and I think The Substance is a really good movie. It really shows like Demi Moore acting chops, and even how great Margaret Qualley is. And it's just one of those interesting premises where you take substance and this younger body of you takes over and your life for a week, and then you keep switching. It's just one of those fun concepts, and the length it goes through, especially near the end of the movie, is just completely bonkers. So yeah, Substance is what I'm going to bring up. Kyle, what do you say about The Substance?
Oh, it was my favorite movie of the year last year. I think it's one of the best body horror films of the last 10 years, and the performances were amazing. And there's some really cool cam work in there. They do a lot of close-ups, of course, but the ending just goes bonkers for sure. And I really enjoyed the film. So yeah.
Richie, what do you say about The Substance?
Yeah, Substance is amazing. My favorite movie of last year. This movie is insane. I kind of thought maybe that Mark Holly would sneak in there for also best actress. I mean, did an argument that she could be lead as well because she's the same person. But I get it's just a bit of a stacked year. But yeah, it's cool to see Demi Moore have this sort of renaissance, as it were. As you were, I feel like we get there's one at least one every year of like some actor or actress, right coming from nowhere, just delivering a huge performance. So yeah, and yeah, Dennis Quaid is again crazy in this movie as well. Which is crazy too because you think that was actually meant to be Ray Liotta, but he passed away before filming began. So. Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
I totally didn't realize it was supposed to be Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kyle, this time, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Oh, my next one. This one's from Christopher Landon, and it's Freaky. I really enjoyed Freaky, the one with Catherine and Vince. I thought their performances were awesome. Basically, it was just like a horror version of Freaky Friday. And there was a lot of funny moments, especially when he has to act like her, and he's trying to tell them that it's her and his body, and she's getting hit with stuff. There's some really cool kills. They even paid homage to other horror films like Christopher Land. I really like Christopher Land when he did Happy Death Day 1 and 2, but Freaky was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed the movie. So yeah, my number 11 was Freaky.
Richie, what do you say about Freaky?
I really like the movie, and I champion it. I just don't know whether it's on like a like I would put it on like a top 12 of like the 2020 so far of list. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like that's one thing. We've already had good movies in 2025. I don't know if I put it on. Yeah, so it's like, do I make room for these other ones, or does Freaky deserve a spot? So I'm just like I'm torn, but um. I'll leave it up to you. What's in it? Hang on.
Yeah, I love Freaky. I think it's a really fun horror comedy. And yeah, like Vince Vaughn, like it's just one of those actors which hasn't really done a lot these days, but when he appears, like he's always doing something interesting, and I think this whole body swap thing, I think, is a really good sort of move for him to do. So it's going to be a yes for me for Freaky. So Freaky is going to make the list. And Richie, what is the next movie you're going to bring out?
All right, I'm gonna compete with the vacuum cleaner on my dog. Yeah, because he wants my breakfast. Yeah, but yeah, my let's see. I mean, I'm trying not to bring up. I mean, I could easily, I'm gonna fucking do it. Smile 2. Yeah, I ran the first Smile. I'm gonna Smile 2. Smile 2 takes the concept and just goes nuts with it. Naomi Scott delivers like a breakout performance, one of the better horror performances of the yeah. I think it just goes nuts and all the twists and turns, and I had a lot of fun with it. So Smile 2.
Yeah. So this is kind of a little bit tough for me because but I love both the Smile movies. I think they're great. Um, you know, I'm I'm gonna say yes to it because I do think the second Smile is a lot better, and it's gonna be interesting to see where this goes if it becomes a trilogy because the ending of this it leaves a lot of possibilities. But Kyle, what do you say about Smile 2?
Oh, I think Smile 2 was a genius sequel to follow Smile, and I love how it opens with Kyle Gardner's character. And I thought the main actress in this movie did a phenomenal performances, and and even if it's a small role, Ray Nicholson, I think he did an awesome job too. And then even seeing someone smash their face with a friggin' weight thing was crazy as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed Smile too. I thought it was an awesome, well-written, genius sequel for sure.
Yeah, um, and if they ever do a remake of The Shining, cast Ray Nicholson.
Definitely.
uh, Back on to me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go for this one because I think it's one of those movies I personally came to really late. And I know some people may prefer the sequel to this. But I'm going to try for X. And I think X is like one of those movies which really surprised me. Like it definitely showed sort of how versatile Gina Ortega is. There's like this is one of the many horror movies Gina Ortega's appeared in recently, and Mia Goth is also a really good actress. It's a shame that Maxine wasn't as good as the other two, but I think X is a solid start. But Kyle, what do you say about X?
Oh, X was definitely one of my favorites of 2022. Because I went in it with not knowing anything about it, and I thought Ty West directed awesome with it. Mia Goth playing Maxine and playing the older version of Pearl was awesome. There's some cool kills. I love that it was set in the 70s, and they're paying homage to like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all those type of films. And the way it ends too was very cool, especially Pearl went flying out of the house because the shotgun backfired on her, and then and Maxine ran her over with the truck. Yeah, it was a fun movie. I really enjoyed X.
And Richie, what do you say about X?
Yeah, the one thing I was like, I hope it doesn't do this because I've already put like two. I put Smile. About bargain with Smile 2, thinking, oh yeah, cool. Well, then I won't hopefully put other two in the trilogy because that'll be a bit remote. No, right. So X is good, but I think I think there's one movie in the trilogy that stands out above the rest that should be on this list, and I'm going to and then I've got other movies I want to bring up. So I'm going to say I would say no, but it doesn't matter.
The X is going to make the list. Richie, no, but Kyle, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
Oh, it was James Wan's Malignant. I enjoyed Malignant of 2021. Um, it starts off this normal horror, but you don't really know what's going on, and then it just takes you on a road in so many different directions, and then you find out what the twist was actually really going on. And then the twist was genius. I did not see that coming. And then when Gabriel starts killing everybody in that police station, it was some really good camera work, and that was just action-packed craziness, and it just went bonkers from there. I really enjoyed Bullying. It was great to see James Wan return to horror for being away from it for a while. So I really enjoyed Bullying. It was a nice surprise for me.
Richie, what do you say about Malignant?
What? Um, what do we want doing? Is it Malignant?
Malignant.
Oh man, okay. Again, I don't want to be the curmudgeon. I do like this movie. I think it's really good, and yeah, James Wan certainly does horror really really well, and yeah, I think it was really creepy. I think it's underrated. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I will err on the side of no and leave it up to you.
Yeah, I like Malignant. I'm just not overly in love with it.
Understandable, yeah, I respect.
And yeah, so yeah, I'm also gonna go no. So unfortunately, Malignant isn't gonna make this list. Richie, what is the next one you're gonna bring up?
All right, I'll come back with. I'll have to come back with the deck winner again, but being where I'm from, I should probably champion this movie a bit. I was, given that it was a success, not sure if we're going to get a sequel. It's a bit, I've heard mixed things, but yeah, Talk to Me was fucking great. And yeah, just a great concept, actually very freaky. Yeah, great performances from like Sophie Wilde. Who's sort of had a I think parlayed that success into she was in that Nicole Kidman movie Baby Girl. I think she's gonna be in that. She's gonna be in the movie in a film adaptation of Watch Dogs. So from the game. Miranda Otto, who's a kind of quite a legendary Australian actress, is finally getting her kind of due. It's good to play the mum. And I thought it was a really cool concept. Just really freaky, really well done. And the twins that did this have a movie coming out this year called Bring Her Back, which looks pretty freaky as well. So no, I'm going to champion Talk to
Um, but yeah, I love Talk to Me. I think it's a really fun movie. And it's one of those ones that I knew nothing about going into this, and I was really excited. I really wanted to get the special umbrella collector's edition they did with the hand and all that. When I bought it on physical media, it was like, yeah, no, that if I see that at night, I'll be freaking myself out. So it's going to be as a yes for me for Talk to Me. But Kyle, what do you say about Talk to Me?
I think the premise of Talk to Me was awesome. I think this is one of the best produced by A2024. I thought the performances were amazing. It just takes you for a wild ride with Talk to Me. I loved it, and it was amazing. Like I said, I love the premise of it. It was something different that we haven't seen something before, and the way it ends was just amazing. Yeah, I really enjoyed Talk to Me for sure.
That Talk to Me is going to make the list, and it's back to me. I'm I'm going to bring up this this is one that's essentially classified as a horror. I mean, I would argue it's slightly more thriller than horror, but I want to see what you guys think. I'm going to bring up The Menu. This is one of those like creative type movies where this chef invites a whole bunch of people. like people to his island, and sort of takes them on a ride through thing. Then ultimately it ends up like revealing the chef was planning on killing them all, with the exception of one who stands up to the chef and all that. But this is just a fascinating movie, and it's one of those ones that really shows off a different side of May Fiennes that I don't think I've seen many times before. I know while he's good at playing a villain, he's not. He's one of those ones that like I don't think I've ever seen him playing this sort of calm type villain where you don't really know what he's planning. But The Menu is a great movie, and it's actually thanks to Richie that I eventually saw it in the end. But Kyle, what do you say about The Menu?
The Menu, another one starring Anna Taylor-Joy. I thought her performance was amazing, and Ralph, who played Voldemort in the Harry Potter films, was awesome. I love. This was a fun thriller that I did not know at all, and the direction it took was just amazing, and it was a phenomenal film for sure. I really enjoyed The Menu. It was a nice surprise for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed The Menu.
Richie, what do you say about The Menu?
Yeah, I didn't think of The Menu, but yeah, it is. Yeah, like I consider it a horror movie. I do. I think there's enough elements in there to consider it a horror movie. You might get a bit of pullback in the poll, but I'll defend it. I don't think it's that egregious. I think it's definitely you can definitely watch it as a horror movie. You can watch it as a horror movie. You can watch it as a thriller. You can even watch it as a comedy. To be honest, it's kind of fun. So yeah, and I think. Oh man, I love The Menu. It was one of my favorite films of 2022. Yeah, and I think it was fantastic. Trivia fact: Emma Stone is meant to be Anna Taylor-Joy's role, but she pulled out. So there you go. But yeah, I'll say it.
Yeah, I definitely could see that too. Actually, but The Menu is going to make the list. Kyle, what is the next movie you're going to bring up? We've got 3 spots left.
The next one I'm going to bring out is the Night House with Rebecca Hall. I really enjoyed this movie. It's about a girl that the woman that's been dealing with the death of her husband, and some of the visuals were amazing, and I thought it was very, very well written. Her performance was phenomenal in this, and I was expecting the direction it took. I'm not sure what you guys think about it, but I really enjoyed the Night House with Rebecca Hall. That was definitely one of my most surprising movies of the 2020s.
Richie, what do you say about The Night House?
Yeah, I might have to seek it out. I haven't seen it, so I've got to abstain. But I like Rebecca Hall, so I'll check it
out. I think it's on Disney Plus for us, Richie. I know I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it. But unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of it either. I thought it was. I liked it. I just didn't love it a lot. I'm going to say no, unfortunately. So unfortunately, The Night House is not going to make the list. Richie, what is the next movie you're going to bring up?
I'm going to do a gamble here and see what and to see if he did watch it. I'm going to bring up an Australian movie again that I only watched the other day. It was actually and John Maher really likes this movie, and so does Chad Webb. I don't know if you've ever heard of Sissy. This movie rules. It's got Aisha D, who's now in. She's in that TV show about the Bill Gibson, that the kind of the scam artist, Australian scam artist, the apple cider vinegar. Yeah, that's the show. And yeah, it's like this chick who goes to she meets her childhood friend, reconnects with her childhood friend after years, and she's Aisha D, the main chick, has become like this kind of well-known social influencer, and yeah, she meets this she reconnects with her old friend, and then all of a sudden all these things start happening, and she meets her bully, and then and then it takes a lot of twists and turns, and it's really well done, really well written. Yeah, I'll go on the spiel and watch it. You both haven't seen it, but it's all right. You know, this is good for the show because sometimes you get recommendations. So sissy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I never got around to it. I was going to watch it when I got home from work, and then I lied in bed and fell asleep. That's, but I definitely plan on checking it out. It does sound interesting. But yeah, Kyle, have you seen Sissy?
I have not either, but thank you for the recommendation, Richie. I'll definitely have to check it out for sure.
I believe it is on Shudder.
Oh, okay. Sounds
So
good.
yeah. But yeah, it's back onto me. There's one of two ways I want to go first. Yeah, I'll go for this one. I love them. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this franchise. I think it's great. I'm bringing up Saw X, which is arguably the best one in the franchise. And yeah, like Saw X, it's one of those ones that it goes sort of back to an earlier time where yeah, it's getting hard to sort of see Tobin Bell as a young buck these days. No matter how many times they flip his hat backwards to make him look like he's younger than what he is.
He looks like that Steve. It's like that Steve Buscemi meme. Like, hey kids. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even Shawnee Smith, like, I don't know if I could really buy her as a young person either. It's curious to see where they go with the next one. If it's going to be like a direct follow up to this, or they're going to do like another kind of way. There's rumors that like Tobin Bell's like not able to do it as much as he used to. So I don't know. A bit so from what I've heard, it's been pushed back. But yeah, but I think Saw X is good. It's one of those ones that does a good job of sort of showing the evolution of John Kramer, and it's one of the few ones that actually had like a story-ish to it as well. Like it wasn't just like getting these random people in a house and killing them. But Kyle, what do you say about Saw X?
Oh, I really love Saw X. I think it was Tobin Bell's best performance as John Kramer, and that's saying a lot because he's done amazing throughout the franchise. But it's also amazing to see Amanda back, and I love they were able to create a villain for him that can match him, and she was great in it too. And there was some really cool traps, and it really got me goosebumps when I got to hear the Saw theme again, especially going for the twist. Yeah, I really enjoyed Saw X. It was great. It was cool to see it, go back to that type of Saw film and really explain what he went through when he was trying to, cure his cancer. It was pretty cool. So,
And Richie, what do you say about Saw X?
Again, technically an Australian success story. Saw, yeah, so the Saw franchise. Started off as a short film by Lee Winnell and James Wan, and yeah, but yeah, no, Saw X. I was sort of like fatigued by Saw, like the Saw franchise when it was announced like years later. I'm like, man, we don't need another one. It's annoying. It's a cash grab. But then I watched it. I'm like, man, this movie's rules. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Saw 11 as well. But yeah, so yeah, I was really, yeah, I was really engrossed in it, and yeah, I thought it was really really good, and yeah, Tobin Bell was, I think, fantastic in it. So yes, I would say yes.
That's it. Go back to Kyle. Kyle, what is the next movie going to bring up?
it's from 2020, and I think this is one of my favorites that they're doing the remake of the Universal Monsters. It was The Invisible Man by Lee Winnell. I thought it was very, very well done. She was amazing in it. I think it was very, very well directed, and the scene in the restaurant that really shocked me when she's talking to her sister, and all of a sudden the knife lifts up and it slices her sister, and then she gets framed for it. But we do get a satisfying ending when she turns the tables on him and finally, makes him suffer. And I thought it was really cool. And there were some really cool suspense there as well. Yeah, and The Invisible Man from 2020 from Neil Winnell I thought was definitely one of my favorites for sure.
Richie, what do you say about Leo now? The Invisible Man.
It's all good.
Now great. He's a good director. I wasn't. I mean, Wolfman is all right. No, but yeah. Invisible Man. Yeah, like it's one of those things where like I think it's good. In my opinion, and I'm not saying like this is obviously if you love the movie, you love the movie. But like I feel like some of the praise for it was like it was one of the last movies to come out before like the world shut down. So I'd be like, yeah, that movie rule, and it's just like, yeah, it's good. But
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, it's like I think it was probably the last good movie. I mean, maybe Sonic, but there's just a lot of like really good movie to come out before world shut down. So people have that fond memory. I mean. And the problem is we only have a couple of spots left, and like I just selfishly got like there's definitely one glaring one I want to bring up before we, and I don't want to bring up before it's too late. So I will say no, but I don't mind if it makes a list. It probably it probably makes a list on a lot of other people's lists. So and I'm not mad about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat when it comes to the Invisible Man. Like, I like it. I don't think it's as good as what people say. I think it was just one of those ones like, oh yeah, 2020. It's really good. Have all these other movies that came. So it's like it was okay. It's one of those ones like if you like it, you like it. I'm not going to judge anyone for liking it or just anyone if they don't like it. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to say no to the Invisible Man. Like, there's other ones I do want to bring up first. So yeah, so it's a no for me. So the Invisible Man is not going to make it. Richie, what the next one
All
to bring up?
better bring this up before it's referenced it earlier, so I'll bring it up. You've got X. We've got to have the best one in there, Pearl. Pearl is the best one of the trilogy. It's a sort of tour de force performance by Mia Goth. Like she's amazing, and how she didn't get a nomination it's crazy. She's absolutely phenomenal in this. Yeah, it's a great story. Yeah, great story. But yeah, like just but still, you got your gruesome kills like when she wheels her dad down to the fucking in the wheelchair to get fucking and then like the like the I think like in the ending where like that that kind of like that kind of horror smile that it tells you a lot. Also, shout out to Tandy Wright, the New Zealand actress who plays her mum. She's really good. I was like, oh yeah, I'm one of those like few people. I'm like, I know her from stuff I watched when I lived in New Zealand. She was on Shortland Street way back in the day. She was on a TV show called Nothing Trivial. There you go, another New Zealand TV show I like that I like. So yeah, but yeah, this movie is fantastic, and yeah, I think Mia Goth sort of become this like horror queen, and I think yes, sort of scream queen, I guess, obviously, but yeah, I think it deserves to be on this list. So Pearl.
Yeah, and just refresh myself, the best actress lineup for this one. There's definitely a couple of people who probably could have bumped off to get Mia Goth in, like we all know the Andre Riseborough situation. Like she was just there because they did the whole grassroots campaign to get her in. but but yeah, I actually prefer X over Pearl. Not that I'm saying I don't like Pearl, because I do think Pearl is still a good movie. Yeah, I think Pearl is great. And yeah, I'm going to happily say yes to it. I'm sure people criticize us when I put the poll up of having multiple movies from same franchises, but who
Sometimes
cares?
franchises have really, really good movies. It just happens.
Exactly. But Kyle, what do you say about Purple?
Oh, I enjoy Pearl. I thought it was pretty. I thought Mia Goth did an awesome job as the young Pearl. Her monologue was just amazing, and and it almost reminds me of like Wizard of Oz, me and Texas Chainsaw almost, or something like that. And when she chased down I think it was her sister-in-law, or something like that, with the axe and kills her with crazy. And then how it ends too, when I always loved how she had to keep smiling because she was just waiting for Ty West to hit cut. That's why I was holding that for so long. But no, I really enjoyed Pro. It was definitely another awesome movie in the trilogy. So
It was not a sister. It was like it was a
her
friend. It was like a
friend.
friend.
Okay.
Yeah, it was who was who was getting these like parts, and yeah, so
But just the
yeah,
way she chases her, pretty funny.
yeah.
But if that Pearl is going to make the list, got one spot left. It's on me. I'm going to try this because, as we said before, sometimes franchises have a lot of good movies. I'm going to try for this one, see what happens. But I'm going to bring up A Quiet Place Part 2. I was tossing out between either that or Day One, but because I think they're both really good. But I think A Quiet Place Part 2, it does a good job of advancing the story set up in Part 1 and then upping the ante and all that. And it's just, and we even get a brief flashback of sort of before when it all started as well, just to get John Krasinski back briefly. But I think A Quiet Place Part 2, I think it was just as good as the first one, if not slightly better. And yeah, so Kyle, what do you say about A Quiet Place Part 2?
Oh, I think it was a good, awesome continuation of the first movie. There was a lot of suspense. The performances were amazing. I like the direction that it takes. It was really, really good. Yeah, I enjoyed Quiet Place Part 2.
And Richie, what do you say about A Quiet Place Part 2?
So yeah, I'm trying to find like reasons for it, I guess. But then the other ones, I'm like that I'd bring up. I'm like, yeah, but are they as right? Could I make an argument they're better than Quiet Place Part Two? Or I can only make the argument they're on the same level. So Um, and I think I think Quiet Place. I think it's slightly better than Day One. Um, so yeah, I thought this would take a little while to get the last one, but I think it deserves to be on here. So I'll say yes.
But that A Quiet Place Part 2 is going to close off the list. Um, but Kyle, do you have any honorable mentions that you want to bring up?
Oh, one of my honorable mentions, and I think this is a bonkers possession film, and I got to interview the director for this, was When Evil Lurks. If you guys have seen it, it's on Shudder. When Evil Lurks is just a bonkers of a possession film, and when you get to a certain jump scare, um, because you're already feeling uneven by the atmosphere and tone already, and then when you get that jump scare, it just shocks you. And then the way it ends, it leaves on a shocking moment. But it just, from when it starts to the ending, I think it's very well directed. It's one of the most bonkers possessions. When Evil Lurks, if you haven't seen it, I recommend you to check it out because it came around the same time when The Exorcist Believer came out, and more people were talking about The Exorcist Believer. But I recommend When Evil Lurks because I got to interview the director Damon Rugna. I think it's on Shudder as well. So yeah, When Evil Lurks is one of my honorable mentions.
And Richard, do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I also like. I was also going to shout out When Evil Lurks. But yeah, so that Evil Dead Rise, I think is bonkers, and I like it a lot. Um, so yeah, that was great. Those others. Speak No Evil is really good. Um, one that came out like
Oh yeah, the
last year.
cough table too. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, there's one that came out last year. I can't remember it on my head, but um, all right. It might come to me a bit later. That, but yeah. I don't know. I'll shout out ones that I just thought. Hard Eyes is good. Go see Hard Eyes. Yeah, yeah, that movie's fun. That movie's really fun. If we did it redux, it'd probably be on it because Hard Eyes is a lot of fun. And yeah, and the babysitter sequels are on Netflix. They're fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and for me, some of the honorable mentions I had, I really enjoyed Blink Twice. I think it was good. I had Abigail. I had Scream 2022, and The Black Phone, and Megan. I think was yeah, and one that I know that maybe some people that may criticize for not having, but sorry, long legs. It's good. I know Chris Scott doesn't like it, but I know a lot of people do like it.
What is it?
But um, but with that, we've got 12 movies on this list. We've got Fear Street 1978, we've got Terrifier 2, we've got Smile, we've got The Substance, we've got Freaky, we've got Smile 2, we've got X, we've got Talk to Me, we've got The Menu, we've got Saw X, Pearl, and we've got Clock Base Part 2. But now it's time to rank these. If you've got a bit of paper or whiteboard handy, you can write down what you want at 12, or you can just say it, whichever way is easier for people's. But Kyle, which of those movies do you want at number 12?
Number 12 for me would be Fear Street 1978.
And Richie, what do you have at number 12?
Yeah, that's a good place for it. I'll go Fear Street 1978.
I'm also going Fear Street 1978. But Richie, what do you have for number 11?
Freaky.
For me, I've got Terrifier 2. Kyle, what do you have? What do you want for number 11?
Mine's also Freaky as well.
That Freaky is going to be at number 11. Going to number 10, I'm sticking with Terrifier 2. Kyle, what do you have for 10?
The Menu.
And Richie, what do you have for number 10?
I got Terrified 2.
Terrifier 2 is going to be at 10. Kyle, what do you have at number 9?
Terrifier 2.
No, that's
Terrifier 2. You did, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I just realized you just did number 10. Sorry. My next one is...
You can keep the Menu if you wanted to.
We'll do the Menu again.
Richie, what do you have at 9?
I've got Smile.
I've got I'm going to go Smile as well. So Smile is going to be at 9. Richie, what do you have at 8?
We'll go X.
I've got A Quiet Place Part 2. Kyle, what do you have for 8?
Mine's also X.
Never gonna roll.
But Richie, what do you have for 7?
I'll go the Menu.
I'm going A Quiet Place Part 2. Kyle, what do you have for 7?
Quiet Place Part 2.
Just so you know, Cole, if a movie doesn't get put out of place, you can keep saying it until.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just rethinking my ranking anyway.
No, it's all good. I just want to let you know.
Okay.
So we've got left. The Substance, Smile 2, Talk to Me, The Menu, Saw X, and Pearl. For me at number 6, I'm going to go Pearl. Kyle, what do you have for 6?
The Menu.
And Richie.
The Menu.
Kyle, what do you want for number 5?
For me, Pearl.
Richie, what do you have for 5?
Saw X.
Yeah, I'm going to go Pearl. So unfortunately, Pearl's going to land at 5. I'm going to hazard a guess that you would have had Pearl at number 1, Richie.
Close. Yeah.
But Kyle, what do you have for 4?
Saw X.
And Richie.
Saw X.
And I'm also going to go Saw X. Got The Substance, Smile 2, and Talk to Me left. Richie, what do you have for number 3?
Smile 2.
I'm going to go Talk to Me. Kyle, what do you have for number 3?
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me is going to land at number 3. And now this time we're going to vote on number 1. And it's between The Substance and Smile 2. Kyle, what do you want for number 1?
Number 1 for me would be The Substance.
Richie.
The Substance.
I would have gone the Smile 2, but The Substance is going to be number 1. And with that, our top 12 horror movies from the 2020s to now. We've got Fear Street 1978, Freaky at 11, Terrifier 2 at 10, Smile at 9, X at 8.
I'm going to give it to you.
7 is A Quiet Place Part 2, 6 is The Menu, 5 is Pearl, Saw X is 4, 3 is Talk to Me, number 2 is Smile 2, and number 1 is The Substance. But with that is the end of ranking for this week. I'm going to quickly double check on the poll. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. Just literally by one vote, our next week's topic is going to be top 12 Oscar Best Actor winners.
Oh, nice.
So we'll be doing a top 12 list of people who've won Best Actor. So that should be a fun one. But Kyle, where can people find you online?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Flits Movies and Pop Culture 13. Right after this, I'm doing my own stream in a couple hours. I'm being joined by Jordan Anderson, Jordan Owens, Michael Wolfman from Mega Movies, and Brian will be all joining me for top 10 Adam Sandler movies. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Tomorrow I got Scary Movie 3 watch party with her and Sip and Shay and Mr. Hot Take. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Do got 3 huge interviews coming up very soon. So and then I go see The Monkey this Tuesday, and so we'll have a review of that eventually coming up. So there's a lot of stuff coming up for the channel very soon. So a lot of content coming.
And Richie, where can people find you online?
Yeah, you can find me Yeah, tournament fights, tier ranker, Lonely Marks with the aforementioned John Owens, Jake Barber, and Austin Pestel. We'll be talking, we'll be reviewing an NXT takeover. I can't remember which one, which is not official me, but we'll work that. Yeah, and then going through the news and our fantasy draft updates, and I think also elimination. I think that's around the time it'd be elimination chamber predictions as well. So that should be fun. Tomorrow I'll be in the Seen and Heard romantic comedy match on Movie Hero. So check that out as well. And yeah, that I'm around. I'm always here. Check out CWT as well. Chris on Twitch. Twitch.com/Castifer. For wrestling trivia there. I took on Jordan Owens yesterday. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, check that out. Yeah.
And you can find me on Tape Productions as I host Rankum every week. Next week we're doing top 12 Oscar Best Actor winners. You can also find me on my own personal channel, Malcolm's Middle Earth Media, as I host Spare from the Past every week. Now, at the end of last week's episode, I said the next episode was going to be on TLC 2013. I had to pull an audible because the TLC pay-per-views is not on Netflix for me. So we're doing. I'm going to have Jacob Cameron on to talk about Extreme Rules from 2013 instead. And I did try to find a legal stream. It's so hard to find older pay-per-views on illegal streams. I found sites that had the most recent ones up to the last few years, but it is what it is.
Maybe I'll upload TLC eventually. I think they're just taking their time.
I mean, it's got these thingy on Netflix, so it must be going to be added at some stage. But who knows when? And in a couple of weeks on Spare from the Past, I've Richie back here and Jacob Cameron. I convinced them to talk about the NXT competition seasons. So that's going to be an interesting thing to show the downfall of that, because I stand by it. I do think the first season was decent. But we'll talk more about that when we get to it. And you can find me all over the place, popping up on Movie Here and There from time to time. And yeah, I think I'm on. I'm not on this week. I'm on the week after. But anyway, that is it, and we'll see you all next time. I don't have any.
Good night, everyone.
All right? Oh, no, not fine. Serenity now.